You're up.
Oh, okay. How's it going? All right. What we want to talk to you guys about today was the magnesium, alkalinity, and calcium supplements. It's a two-part. It's part one, part two, and then a standalone magnesium. Just similar to some of your other two-part calcium, alkalinity, but this is what we feel like is a differentiator in our product is that this is very clean. So what we're doing is sourcing cleaner raw materials with lower trace metal content because we feel like from studies that we've done with public aquariums and research facilities that those metals build up over time and cause long-term problems in the system. And so this is just a cleaner calcium and alkalinity two-part system, and then a good clean standalone magnesium. And so those are going to be available now everywhere. We're actually showing it for the first time here at Global, taking pre-orders for it. And so keep an eye out at your local dealer. Those will have those first. And then also at saltwateraquarium.com, which will be bringing in the first day of being available. So we also have ProtoShield, ParaShield, and BacterShield. These are three completely reef-safe medications. I particularly prefer the ParaShield and the BacterShield because the ParaShield is pretty much the same as ProtoShield, but it also has the neem oil in it. And neem oil is used as a pesticide in a lot of agriculture facilities because it's a safer pesticide that's not going to cause the actual host or the actual host of the parasite to die. And so this is a great product that's completely safe for reef safe. I know when you hear reef safe and effective, it's a bit of a sounds like an oxymoron in our industry, but this has been proven to work in many areas. A lot of the dealers are using it. Consumers are a little bit tough to try it because I know it's a reef tank and you have a lot of livestock in it. You might be nervous to put it in, but again, I wouldn't sell you something that's going to cause you big problems because then you come back and see me. We also have Magnesium and Magnesium 2, which a lot of people ask about that because it's just called Magnesium. They're like, well, what is it actually? So Magnesium is erythromycin, and the cool thing about Magnesium, it's for gram-positive bacterial infections in the aquarium, but it also can be used for cyanobacteria because that's a bacterial infection in your system. It's not really an algae, it's a bacterial infection. So a lot of people are known to be using Magnesium for a red slime removal, but you do have to be careful with your bacterial load inside your aquarium because it will affect your good bacteria as well. So you have to kind of keep some nitrifiers on hand with that, which we conveniently sell as well. So Magnesium 2 is minocycline, which is a much more flexible tetracycline, and it's for gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. We normally sell a lot more Magnesium 2 than Magnesium just because it does such a good job on both the gram-positive and gram-negative. And when you're looking at a bacterial infecting the fish, you don't really know what that might be, gram-positive or gram-negative. Have a few other products here. The other Mardell products, we have Malachite Green and Methylene Blue, which a lot of people use for net dips on the Methylene Blue. Malachite Green is an anti-parasite, but again, those aren't reef-safe medications, but very effective in what they do. Magnesium Plus, I believe you sell it on the saltwateraquarium.com website, and Magnesium Plus is inside of the chitosan polymer. It's just trimethoprim and sulfamides, but that's great for bacterial infections as well. Obviously, the new packaging on the salt, which we're really excited to announce. a lot of people every day ask us, where can we find the 4-bag mix? And so I've been talking with Kenneth, and Kenneth is going to bring in the 4-bag mix as well, because that's going to be something that consumers want instead of just the one big bag in the box. And so we'll have both of those available to you. 4-bag mix will be just a few dollars more, but that should be available soon. And it's
so 2 different SKUs.
2 different SKUs, yep. And so the 4-bag mix, a lot of people like it because they feel like, even though with RPM we use uniform particle size when we grind down our materials, so the uniform particle size is to help it from stratifying and causing, some of the sediment to fall to the bottom of the bag, where you get a variance between the top of the bag and the bottom of the bag. But since we use the uniform particle size, we get that very limited, since it moves fairly quickly throughout the system. It's not sitting on the shelf for a year. You're not going to get as much of that. You're generally getting a box of RPM that was made about a month ago, so you're not going to get that so much. But even for those that want an even better experience with the stratification, the 4-bag mix is a little stronger at that, because you've contained it a little more, and it's also easier to lift upstairs and things like that and put in your systems. So those are available. But I do want to introduce Ann. She's going to talk about the new live products that we're bringing in now.
So, hey guys, how are you guys doing? Hopefully well. I just wanted to give you a couple of our products that we're taking over. Our Fido 2, right over here, we culture it in-house. And what's special about ours is it's actually injected with amino acids. A lot of companies will bottle various species of phyto into one bottle when allelopathy sets in, which is a chemical aggression that a lot of plants and trees and corals will put off. The stronger species always outpowers the weaker species, and by the time it gets to the end user, a lot of the product is not live anymore. We do give a variety though. Still, we do have our Nanocolapsis in one bottle, and we have our Tetra in the other one, so you do still get a variety inside your tank. We culture it in-house, and then we put it into a centrifuge. We add our aminos in there, it injects it in, and so you get that extra enrichment in our Fido as well. And then our Rotoplex is our rotifers hatched in-house, fed a diet of our Fido 2 36 hours post-hatch. And what we do is we actually kill it at the instar stage. That's when it preserves the enzymes of the Fido and the aminos. Here you go. Rotoplex. And this is really good for clownfish breeders as well that like to rear their own eggs. Rotifers are a stable diet for fry, but with ours we have the Fido and the aminos in there, so it's going to be extra enrichment for them as well. Nops is very similar to Rotoplex, but it is 2 different species of brine shrimp, also injected and fed our Fido 2 36 hours post-hatch and as killed at the instar stage as well. Our Azox, which is our coral food, this stuff is awesome. It's 9 different species of copepods, 2 species of Nopali shrimp, and rotifers as well. These are all also going to be fed our Fido 2, and this actually has an appetite stimulant. It's really going to get those picky critters in your tank eating. It also has natural astaxanthin in it, which is in the wild, it's a very high antioxidant, so it's going to really give your animals that enrichment and health getting into a new system and eating and staying healthy. Selco Boost is our self-emulsifying food enhancer. We have omega-3s, omega-6, EPA, and DHA, and this as well will also have our astaxanthin in it. It's going to make those colors really pop. Our Zoo 2 is a combination of Tisbe and Tigger pods. What's special about ours is we actually filter out the larger Tigger pods because they are super aggressive. We don't want them killing the Tisbes, and we want to give you guys as much live product into this as we can. We also packaged it this way on purpose with a wide lid. It's going to give it more surface area and oxygenation for the animals in there. So this is our new Aqua Tech line that we are taking over. If you guys are familiar with our Turbo Start, we are the largest manufacturer of live nitrifying bacteria. We have our freshwater specific strains for the Turbo Start 700. And we also have our saltwater specific strains of bacteria for our Turbo Start 900. So we have a pretty refrigerator with our wrap on it. So thank you guys for tuning in.